Hey YouTube, how's it going? And it's Miss here again, and today I have a new video for you. But before we get into the video, I just want to let you guys know there's a little bit of construction going on, so you might hear a little bit of banging, a little bit of construction going on. So please excuse the noise. Anyways, I want to get into our video today, and today's video is about why sharing on Poshmark is so important. So I'm gonna tell you guys why it's so important, why you should constantly be sharing, and yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay guys, so before I actually start on the reasons why it's so important, I want you to guys remember that I'm not just talking about sharing your own closet, I'm talking about sharing other people's closets as well. Or not their full closet, but their items as well. So the first reason why I believe sharing is so important is because social platform where you can sell your items. So social is a key word, right? They're asking you to be active and to not only be active on your own closet, but active on other people's closets. So that's why they have put a great importance on sharing. One of the first things that I notice is when I share other people's items, it will automatically equal to more likes. So why is that? It's because when I share other people's closets or I share a few things here and there, people are also sharing my stuff back. And when they do, their audience sees my items, and that equals to them maybe liking something, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna like this, or maybe I sell this for later. I have also come across where times I have shared other people's items that has equal to like sales pretty much like 20 minutes later, which has been great for me. And I honestly do believe is because I did share other people's items. Now, don't get me wrong, sharing your own closet is very, very important, but so is sharing other people's items. Remember, end of the day, Poshmark is not like any other platforms like eBay where you just post the item, or Depop. It's a social platform, so be social on there. Share people's items, communicate with other people. If they share your item, you see that little thing on the top where it says thank them by sharing their items, do that. It's super important, and I think you guys can take a couple of minutes out of your time to share other people's items as well amongst your own. If you want to say I don't have time for this, but I want to be a full-time reseller on Poshmark, you can't have both worlds. You gotta maybe choose what is important to you. And if you do believe that reselling and this business is important to you, you should take a few minutes in your time to also share other people's items. I personally have seen a huge difference in my own closet between the times where I only shared my items and shared other people's items as well. So with that being said, for the longest time, I actually listened to other resellers when they said you shouldn't share other people. Well, they didn't say you shouldn't. They said there's no point in sharing other people's items. It's just, it doesn't really equal to anything. I honestly did believe that, and I actually went about my days and not shared anyone else's items. I just shared my own and whatever. Yeah, it saved a lot of time for me. But the thing is, I didn't really see anyone liking, well, I did notice people like my items because they did, but I didn't really see as much of a activity on my Poshmark compared to when I actually was sharing other people's items as well. I don't know what it was, but it's just like, there was a time where I only shared my own items, and I was like, okay, I get a few shares and I get a few likes. So whereas I shared other people's items, I noticed a huge difference. I noticed that there was many more likes, many more shares, and sales. So the shares was kind of like, I believe when I share someone's items, they usually would repay or like kind of have the courtesy to kind of do the same for me and share my items. And then the likes was because their audience also saw, or their followers saw my items. And the sales was, I strongly believe, was due to the fact that other people saw my items. They're like, oh, I really like this. This is what I was looking for. Cool, I'm buying it. And with that being said, I do also believe the algorithm in Poshmark is very more, like they make this very important, and they will favor you or kind of like make your things seen more when you are social by sharing other people's items. Like, to be honest, guys, like they promote you sharing other people's items. They put that little banner on the top that says thank them back by sharing their items. Like, if it wasn't important, Poshmark wouldn't say it. So if they're saying it, we should do it. So there was this other YouTuber, well, this is my second point to why sharing is so important, but there was this other YouTuber who actually, I will leave her information in the bio, but she stated that we should continue following Posh Ambassador to-do list. So you guys know when you become Posh Ambassador, there's certain things you need to do in order to achieve that status. And one of the main ones is that you must share other people's items. And she was saying, she's like, I'm not quite sure why people forget to do this, but it's still important. You still gotta do it. So you gotta share other people's items and then they share yours. And I do have to agree with her. Because I did see my algorithm, or like my closet was kind of like slower a little while ago, but when I started doing that again based on her advice, I saw a big difference. I saw people sharing, and then my closet just grew more and more, and it was just, I loved it. I got more followers, I got more likes, more shares, and I believe there was something there where she said it. So definitely keep doing the things that the Posh Ambassador to-do list is asking you to do. I recommend it, I truly believe it. But if, again, guys, all of my things I'm saying here are just my own opinion. They're what's worked for me. And if you guys want to try it, if you are looking for new ways to help grow your Poshmark, try these out. It won't hurt to do 1 or 2 more minutes of work on Poshmark to see or test out this theory. Because again, it might work for you, it might not. Now, I do understand where other Poshmarkers are saying there's no point to sharing other people's items, because maybe they've actually honestly seen no point to sharing other people's items and they just don't do it. But for me, I've definitely seen a big difference when I have, and that's why I think it's so important. So some of you guys may wonder, okay, whose items do I share? First of all, you can go through your news feed. That's how I do it sometimes. When I see people's items or people I follow, I just share their items as well. I know there's certain closets that I follow on Instagram that I also follow on Poshmark, and I kind of go, because I enjoy their content, I go and share their items too. And another way I do it is I go through Facebook groups where they have these like Poshmark share groups that you can join those and share your closets. And yeah, those are just some of the ways that I share, and I find other people's closets to share. And sometimes I'll just go in a certain like brand and I'll share their items, or just in items, you know. So again, yeah, those are just some of the ways you guys can share and share other people's closets. I really hope this was informative. I'm so thankful for you guys to be here, and thank you so much for listening. And if you guys want to support your girl, please check out my Instagram. It's abcloset_finds, or my YouTube Instagram, excuse me, which is blumis92. Also, I have a podcast. It's Coffee with Queen Bee. If you guys want to check that out as well, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all those. So check your girl out. And thank you guys so much again for listening, and I'll see you guys later.